Well, I guess let's get into that then. The YouTubers. Do you, by the way, do you get paid more on those YouTuber cards as well than you normally
Yeah,
would, or no?
it's kind of funny. Uh, Basically, I get paid as I would like a championship boxing event. You
That
know,
is, yeah.
so yeah, it's
I would
but
imagine. I mean, they're also getting paid. Well, they're not getting paid as championship boxers, but well, they're getting paid a lot. They're getting
they get
paid
paid.
more than
Now,
undercard, than let's
yeah,
say co-main events. So
yeah.
yeah,
The first one I worked with KSI when he fought Logan Paul.
yeah,
I didn't know who either one of them were.
mhm,
And KSI trained here in Las Vegas for 6 weeks, but I treated him just like a fighter. I
yeah.
wrapped his hands. I gave him. I always spoke to him as the mental side, the physical side. So I tried to brief him, and he did a good job. But
Yeah,
but yeah, you're talking about them. We flew from Las Vegas to Los Angeles, 40-minute flight in a private jet, 7 of us, and then
that
they
is
put us
crazy.
up.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then they put us up in a hotel in Beverly Hills with. I walk in my room and my pillowcases have my initials embroidered. So it's a little different. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
You
You
get
know, and
treated
then
like the heavyweight champ yourself. Like,
yeah, and then my
yeah,
Instagram accounts, got more
mm,
followers, and so that's the new generation. And
good.
this week, I'm going to Miami. I'm working with Badu Jack. He's an actual
Okay,
boxer,
yeah, yeah.
but Mayweather's fighting Logan Paul.
Badu's
So
been taking a lot of the. But Badu was on the first Thriller event, the Mike Tyson one. He's been taking a lot of these undercards under YouTubers. I guess he seems to be also very aware of the whole social media presence and wanting to reach a new audience, younger audience. You know.
uh, 100%,
Yeah.
man. At this stage, Nick, everything is marketing 101.
Yeah.
You set a platform for yourself, and how do you expand off of it? You got to do it outside of just throwing punches.
Hmm.
And yeah, Badu Jack is, he's a good kid, and you got to get your word out there. And like these Trillers and all these other shows, they bring me in because of my experience, but also because if they see me in an event, the fans know it's a credible event, and I
Yeah.
understand and so I understand that,
See, that's what
so
I was about to say. These YouTubers, the reason they bring you in is probably, I mean, you've made yourself such a household name that that's what they're thinking. Like my corner is also part of the mental side towards the opponent. So if maybe the opponent sees which team he has, oh, he has Stitch in his corner as well. He is taking it real. He's taking it
yeah, yeah,
seriously. That it might be a small thing, but it's just
no,
it
it's a
adds
big,
credibility. It just
it,
it says something.
it's a big thing, and I'll give you a behind the scenes story. I work with Vidal Riley that
Hmm.
from England
Yeah.
that trained KSI, but he's also a boxer, and
Hmm.
he made his pro debut. Uh, the guys in the other corner, I saw him after the fights in the hallway, and the guy says, "Oh, Stitch, can I take a picture with you?" He goes, "Man, when I saw you in the corner, I knew we were going to lose." So so it does have that effect to it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it just shows the credibility.
Yeah. No, absolutely. But so I don't think it's I've come to terms with that. It's actually it could be a good thing for boxing. The influencers fighting. But I'm always on the fence. I'm wondering, is it the fact that, well, the influencers, of course, bring a new audience, and I don't know how to what extent the audience would stick around for real fighters if they're not the online personalities that they're invested in, right? Um, Maybe it's more the MMA names that they're bringing in that they're fighting that
Yeah,
give
yeah,
credibility to boxing. How do you see it?
yeah. I think so. Well, this Mayweather and Logan Paul,
Yeah,
right?
that's
To be
coming up.
honest
Let's
with you,
yeah.
I think, yeah, next weekend that's where I'll be. But for the most part, it made no sense. How can you get the greatest fighter in boxing against a guy that's 0-1,
Hmm.
right? But what really caught the attention of the fans and the viewers is when Jake Paul stole Floyd's cap.
Yeah,
That was it. That exploded that
yeah,
fight. Besides that, there was no interest in it,
yeah.
you
Right.
know. And but that's what I'm saying is when you get into the marketing 101, that was a masterful move on. Both these Logan and Jake Paul brothers are making a lot of money exploiting these athletes. Not exploiting them, using them,
Yeah,
but these athletes are getting paid some money. So bless their heart. So it's good. And then not only that, but like Triller and The Zone, they work on subscription. So all these fighters that YouTubers that come in, they got their fans are locking into subscriptions. And I knew it was different because the KSI fight, usually when we walk into the dressing room, we'll put our stuff down and then the team will go to ringside and then we'll determine this is your position, this is your position, here's what you do. But I knew it was a different world with KSI and Logan Paul. I'm walking out with Vidal Riley, the coach, and Leon, the coaches. Everybody knew them and nobody knew me.
yeah,
So
yeah.
so, so kind of told me I was in a different world.
Mm. Even though you had, I remember you had Billy Joe Saunders on that card, you had Devin Haney on that card. So and I look into the crowd. Did you see like? I mean, you've been there personally, but I mean on the broadcast, it looked like the crowd looked so much different than a normal boxing crowd. Just had all these kids with. There were so many phones out. There was too much color in the terms of like clothing. Like you had a lot of yellow, a lot of red, which is not. I don't know why, but it just stood out that it was a completely different crowd from even when you look at it from far.